Hi all, Marissa Rushlow of Linguabilities here, coming to talk to you today about the new CDC Developmental Milestones, specifically for early communication in young children. In February 2022, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention published an updated set of communication milestones for young children. The main difference here is that they changed the milestones to reflect what most children are doing at a certain age, rather than what the average child is doing at that age. They also reduced the number of milestones to avoid confusion, added 15 to 30-month checklists, adjusted language to be more parent-friendly, and added social-emotional milestones to help with early autism identification. In theory, this is great. This shift can help lessen the difficulties faced by families who get in the wait-and-see approach that many pediatricians recommend. We know that early identification and treatment of speech and language delays makes a huge difference in kids' communication skills. However, the updates leave something to be desired in the actual milestones provided. For example, the updates list that children at 18 months should have about 3 words other than mama and dada, and that children at 30 months should have about 50 words. But on measures that speech therapists use, these milestones fall far below the 5th percentile, meaning that 95% of children perform better than this. Also, the sources the CDC cites don't match the milestones listed, and the research that's cited is somewhat old and limited. It ultimately came to light that speech therapists were not included in the development of these new milestones, which is leaving both families and therapists alike confused and frustrated. So what guidelines should we actually go off? Honestly, I'd recommend the old milestones as the best gauge of what a child should be able to do by a given age. For example, I know that children ages 1 to 2 years should have about 10 to 20 words, children ages 2 to 3 about 450 words, and children ages 3 to 4 about 1,000 words. The way children use these words also drastically changes as they age, so that while a 1 to 2-year-old may be asking 1 to 2 word questions, a 3 to 4-year-old is using many 4 to 5 word sentences and uses possessives, past and present tense, articles like the and a, and third-person singular forms of verbs. The number of words we can understand that a child says also increases as they age, such that a 1 to 2-year-old child, we may only understand about 25 to 50% of what they say, while a 4 to 5-year-old child, we should be able to understand about 75 to 90% of what they say. Bottom line, there are tons of factors to consider in early language development, from pronunciation to vocabulary size to the grammar a child is using. Unfortunately, pediatricians often recommend waiting to see if kids grow out of these language issues, which can lose valuable time in seeking early intervention to help grow these skills early on. Some things to look out for, though, are persistent speech errors for years on end, people outside the family having difficulty understanding your child, difficulty with early academic skills like letters, numbers, colors, and shapes, using gestures more than words, or concerns with their joint attention to things you're trying to point out to them. If you have any concerns with your child's speech and language skills, I highly recommend talking to a speech therapist. They intimately know the ins and outs of early childhood language and can help determine if your child is on track or needing a boost. Check my link in the description to connect for free with a speech therapist who can help you suss out if your child is on track. No obligation and no pressure. We just want to help ease your peace of mind and make sure your kiddo is on target. See you in the next one.